A life well lived is full of a bunch of crazy nonsense. So now on Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins, it's story time with Ben Cousins.
Okay, so today's story time. Ben, tell us a story about the strangest injury you've ever had.
Oh, strangest. Okay, I had a concussion. This happened not long after I arrived at Richmond. It was one of the first games that I played. It was a pre-season game, and I started the game, came off halfway through the first quarter. Don't remember getting hit or knocked at all. Sat on the bench and had no memory whatsoever of the previous 2 or 3 years.
What?
And I was like a goldfish, so I would just every 30 seconds to a minute would have no memory of the conversation that I just had, and I kept going, why am I playing for Richmond? What's happened?
You didn't even know why you were playing for Richmond?
No, none at all. They go, we picked you up over the summer. Why aren't I playing for West Coast? No memory. This just kept happening. Like, it was bizarre. Even after the game, we went over the tape to see if I'd copped a knock in the vision. There was nothing in the vision that even we thought, gee, that it could have happened then. So It was bizarre. Even after the game, I was still just going around in circles. People were trying to fill me in about the blanks, and they said, you've been sacked from West Coast, you went to rehab. I go, what? No memory of it. Even someone said, Chris Mainwaring had passed. That was like being told for the first time. So emotional, in tears, crying.
You were hearing
no memory
the news
of that. No
of Chris
memory
Mainwaring's death for the first time.
No memory of it. Yeah, it was bizarre.
How long did that go on for?
Well, I remember being at home after the game, an hour or two after, and still going around in circles.
So, okay, because those are, at that time, 3 of the biggest things that had happened in your life. And bigger than most things experience in a lifetime. Most people experience those. So getting sacked from West Coast, the rehab, Chris Mainwaring passing away. What are you telling yourself? Do you remember what you were telling yourself in those moments when you're coming to terms with those things?
I just remember being, for the first 2, dumbfounded and just having to go through it, every minute or 2 was bizarre. The thing about Chris didn't happen until after the game, when I was having a conversation with a friend, and I got very emotional because that was like being told for the first. Well, I effectively was being told for the first time, and then I think my friend that I was talking to, I think had realised, geez, we shouldn't have touched on this. In the state that I was in.
Yeah. So what did they do? Did they take you to hospital?
I didn't go. I don't think I went to hospital, but I ended up back home. If I did go to hospital, I didn't stay long. But I had people around me. I'm sure. I think to begin with, shouldn't have gone to sleep. Yeah.
Right.
And then.
Why shouldn't have gone to sleep?
I think with a concussion,
you shouldn't.
You shouldn't. You need to sort of be under observation. And then it wasn't until the next morning or next day that I felt normal, if you like.
So hang on. So you just woke up in the morning after you shouldn't have been asleep, woke up in the morning and everything was normal again. Your memory was back.
That's my memory of it, yeah.
Did you remember, when you woke up in the morning, did you remember the day before? Did you remember this period where you lost your memory?
I remember it, yeah. I can remember sitting on the bench and going, what am I doing playing for Richmond? And just sort of even having time to sort of think it in my head before I'd actually say it. And I'd look at someone and I'd look at the jumpers and I'd go, what's going on?
Because it would feel like you've been in a coma and you'd just woken up.
Isn't the brain it's a strange thing,
It's a weird, strange thing.
But the fact you woke up the next day and it was all back to normal and you just carried on then.
I'm sure I was a bit foggy or a bit, and
you played that weekend probably?
Well, I cannot even remember getting a knock. That was the other thing. It happened, it was halfway through the first quarter that I was on the bench, so I'd come off for a rest, and then it was before long they looked at me and go, you ain't coming back on. You're done.
So have doctors since done a really good thorough review on it? Did you get tests done, all that sort of stuff? Because, one of the biggest messages in the game is the whole CTE thing and head knocks and...
Yeah, well, it's big. It's very topical at the moment. for all us guys that played a lot of footy, copped a lot of knocks. But yeah, I haven't had any extensive testing.
And has it ever happened since?
No, never.
That was the only time.
Only time.
Wow.
I have had some, I did cop some good knocks even after that.
Yeah.
Where I got knocked out, but that didn't happen. No.
Gee, and you've never heard of it happening to anyone else, even in the game? You haven't heard these sorts of rumours or things where you've thought, oh, maybe it was that? Like, you just can't even put your finger on it.
No.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's frightening.
Yeah, so frightening. So frightening. Wow. Mate, as far as tell us about a strange injury you've had. Jeez.
I really think you found it.
I have had a few people look at me and go, you have hit your head, mate.